Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the June Keys Penguin Habitat. My name is Susan. I'm sitting here up on a rock with a clipboard and a dry erase marker. I am ready. Michelle, oh, there we go. Michelle's over there sitting over the rock with a lovely bucket of fish and her hands full of fish scales. Wave, Michelle. Yay! She'll be picking we'll be picking those off all afternoon. So what we're doing, hopefully you've figured out with that, as we saw the fish fling from her hand this direction, is we are feeding these penguins. We have quite a few wonderful, beautiful, and handsome. Of course, we have male and female penguins in here. You can't tell just by looking at them who is male and who is female. We actually have to do blood tests, and we do those tests when they are, how old do we do usually for the blood tests? 85 days. We can do a blood test to if they are male or female. What Michelle's doing is she's feeding them fish. She's offering each penguin a different type. So we have two types. One is a capelin, which she just had in her hand. It's a smaller fish. And then we also have a herring, which is that size. Each penguin kind of likes one more than the other. Her name is Whatever, that's her actual name, who's standing at the very tip-top corner over there, is one of our older penguins, and she prefers capelin, so we offer her capelin. And then the rest of them, pretty much we offer herring. The one that's right in front of her right now is Patsy, and we're giving her a choice, but she has decided neither of those herring are quite to her standards. We'll try several before they want to eat them. Nope. When we do sort their food, we do it first thing in the morning. We defrost their food overnight, just like you would do your chicken or steak or even fish at home. We have it in our refrigerators in big batches, and then we sort them. And what we're looking for is really good looking fish, not in like attractiveness, but basically how they are in looking. So if their fin's correct, are they missing an eye? Are their scales messed up? Are there any tears? And anything that has any of those, we put to the side and we don't feed it out. So our animals, including our sea lions and our harbor seals, and also obviously our sea otters, we make sure that their fish or whatever they're eating, clams or shrimp, are 100% good to go. Any cuts or anything, if you guys know, if you buy any fish, can harbor bacteria, and we don't want to give that to our animals. So we give them whole without any cuts or anything like that. And then we feed them up to 3 times a day for the penguins. And depending on the year, we can offer a fourth, especially right now, is because they're going to be coming into their molt. Molt season is basically where they release or let go, or all their older feathers fall out or get pushed out, and they're replaced with all new feathers. So during this time, molt's coming up here in the next month and a half, 2 months, they're going to start eating a lot of food. And because of that, we want to offer them as much food as they want to eat because they are prepping for that. And during that time when they're molting, they basically have molted off their waterproof feathers, and so because of that, they don't go into the water because they're not waterproof. So you'll see them sitting up here in different disarray of feather dews, as we like to call it. Once they start losing their feathers, sometimes they will have a strip of feathers going from their beak all the way down their backs to the tails, kind of like a mohawk or a feather hawk, is like we like to call it. Sometimes there's a reverse mohawk, which is pretty funny to see. So if you come back, in a month, especially if you guys are members or thinking of becoming members, which I highly encourage, to come back and see these birds molt. It's quite funny to see the progression. And of course, the beach is usually full of lots and lots of penguin feathers. Ooh, good, you were in the splash zone. Excellent. Go cool off over there. I would say the number one question we get with these penguins, with the Magic penguins, is where's the ice or where's the snow or aren't they warm? And these guys are not necessarily warm. Where they're found is in South America, where it's nice and toasty. So the beach and the habitat here in Long Beach is absolutely fine for them, and of course the ocean down in that area is colder, so we mimic it as much as we can here at the aquarium with the water as well. So the water, again, for those who got in the splash zone over there, felt it was pretty cold, but if they do need to warm up or want to dry off, then up onto the beach they go. Now there are some holes back here that you'll notice. I'm blocking one of them, but you can see holes. Those are our nest sites. In nature, these guys will create basically tunnels into the side and create these nest holes to nest in and lay their eggs. And we just duplicated them right here, just a little easier to clean. And for these guys, so if they are wanting to lay eggs or pair up and lay eggs earlier this year, then they were more than welcome to. And we have had 3 hatches here at the aquarium. So we have 3 baby penguins at this time, and you can watch them on our nest, or not our nest cam, actually our baby penguin cam on explorer.org. And if you really do want to see the baby penguins, we are going to be having them do, we call it the penguin parade. They do not waddle, but we do bring them out at the otter exhibit. So if at 3:45 is when we're going to start the penguin parade, you can go down there and see the baby penguins. They look very similar to this one over here in their different feather pattern. The rest of these guys have their adult feathers, but this guy over here is his year's first molt, and because of that, he still have his baby penguin feathers in, but he'll be losing those soon. And again, our guys are going to be paraded at 3:45 in front of the otter, the sea otter habitat. Again, thank you guys for coming out to the aquarium today. We do appreciate it. Hopefully you learned some great things here and are willing to explore and find out more about these wonderful animals that you have learned about today. But thank you guys. So for Michelle and myself, we want to say thank you. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Keep nice and cool out there, and come back and see us again. We'd really appreciate it.